It's true, some SUVs will quietly drain your wallet in 2026 and you won't feel it until the warranty's gone, the resale value collapses, and the repair bills start stacking. Today I'm going to give you 5 SUVs to avoid and 5 SUVs worth buying because the wrong pick could cost you thousands. Starting with the worst, the Mitsubishi Eclipse Cross. Let's be honest, the Eclipse Cross looks like it wants to be fun, but the moment you drive it, it feels like a budget SUV trying to cosplay as something sporty. The power is forgettable, the cabin can feel dated, and the whole package just doesn't scream confident long-term buy. And here's the bigger issue for 2026, value. By the time you're in the mid to high $20,000 range, you're sitting right next to SUVs that feel more refined, more modern, and generally easier to live with. When an SUV is merely fine, it tends to age poorly because people stop shopping it the minute something better hits the market. Here's my buyer's advice. If you're considering this, do yourself a favor, drive a Mazda CX-5, Subaru Forester, or a Toyota alternative right afterwards. The difference is immediate. If you buy one anyway, buy it because you got a real discount, not because you convinced yourself it's a hidden gem. Here's when it might make sense. If you're getting a blowout deal and you plan to keep it under warranty long enough to not care what the resale value looks like later. Quick reminder though, run the numbers first through quotes.everymandriver.com. It's a free search engine with the lowest advertised prices in your zip code for new and used cars, trucks, and SUVs. That's quotes.everymandriver.com. There's also a direct link below the video. Next, the Volkswagen Taos. The Taos is one of those SUVs that looks decent online, but the ownership confidence just isn't as strong as the segment leaders. It's not that it's automatically bad, it's that when you stack it up against the best compact SUVs, it often feels like the safer long-term bet is somewhere else. The red flag for buyers who keep vehicles a long time is simple: peace of mind. A shorter warranty window and mixed long-term reputation in the class make this a tougher sell if your goal is buy it once, keep it forever. So my advice, if you like the styling or the driving vibe, this is the type of vehicle that often makes more sense as a lease. Use it, enjoy it, then hand it back before the expensive years. If you're buying, cross-shop a RAV4, CR-V, Forester, CX-5 first. Those are the default smart choices for a reason. When it might make sense if you trade every 3 or 4 years and you're getting aggressive pricing, or you just love the way it feels and you're not pretending it's the most bulletproof option. Then we have the Ford Escape. The Escape is frustrating because it's one of those SUVs that can look like a smart, practical choice until you start digging into the what-if list. Multiple engine options, multiple trims, mixed track record depending on year, and you can end up buying into uncertainty. And in 2026, that's the real problem. You're not buying a clear, safe bet. You're buying something that depends heavily on the exact configuration and whether the previous owner treated it right. Here's the buyer advice for you. If you're shopping an Escape, I'd prioritize trims and setups that have a stronger ownership reputation and avoid the cheap now, expensive later trap. And don't just look at the monthly payment. The Escape is the type of SUV where a good payment can hide expensive risks later. When it might still make sense, if you're getting a killer deal and warranty coverage you trust and you plan to buy on before the higher mileage years. Again, quotes.everymandriver.com is a great place to see if the price is actually worth the risk profile. This next one hurts because the Grand Cherokee has that I made it vibe. Great stance, great interior options, tons of screen real estate, and it can feel premium without being a luxury badge. But here's the trap in 2026. It's a lot of SUV, and it's often priced like it's competing with luxury, especially once you climb up in trims. That means the margin for error is tiny. If you buy one that turns into a problem, you don't just lose time, you lose money fast. Also, more tech and more complexity is not automatically bad, but it does increase the odds of ownership surprises. And that's not what you want if you're keeping something long term. So here's what I say. If you love it, seriously consider a lease or go certified used with coverage. Cross-shop similar midsize SUVs if your top priority is keep it forever with minimal drama. When it might make sense, if you're a Jeep person, you know exactly what you want. and you're buying with your eyes wide open, not because you convinced yourself it's the best value in the segment. And here it is, the easiest avoid call for 2026 buyers, because the Dodge Hornet has the classic sounds good on paper issue, then reality hits. The pricing doesn't always match what the market is willing to pay, and the resale story can get ugly fast. And here's the thing, the moment buyers feel a model is uncertain, demand begins to soften. When demand softens, resale gets hit. When resale gets hit, owners get trapped upside down, especially if they financed at today's rates. So here's my advice, don't buy uncertainty at full price. If you're tempted, the only version of this that makes sense is a deep discount scenario. Cross-shop proven compact SUVs that hold value and have a stronger reliability reputation. When it might still make sense, if you found one at a price that's so aggressively discounted that you're basically treating it like a short-term play. Once again, check out quotes.everymandriver.com because this is exactly the type of deal where pricing varies widely. There's also a direct link below the video. Now the best SUVs to buy in 2026, beginning with the Subaru Forester. The Forester is the kind of SUV that doesn't win with hype, it wins with real life. Great visibility, easy driving, and it's one of those vehicles people keep longer than they plan because it just works. And that's the real best SUV flex you can have. You don't have to think about it. You're not worried about weird quirks, strange noises, or what's this warning light now? It's just consistent, especially when maintained like an adult. Here's what I'd say. If you live in bad weather or you road trip a lot, Forester is a low stress pick. If you're buying used, prioritize service history and overall condition. A well-maintained Forester is a long-term friend. Next, the RAV4, the king of buy it and forget it. It's not always the most exciting vehicle on earth, but it's one of the most reliable, and it holds value because everyone and their grandma wants one. And here's why that matters. Resale strength is a financial superpower. It means when life changes and you need to sell, trade, or upgrade, you're not taking a massive loss like some of these cooler on paper SUVs. If you want a long-term set it and forget it SUV, RAV4 is the short list. If you're considering hybrid, it often makes the most sense for city driving and long commutes, but don't assume the dealer is giving you a fair price. Again, run new versus used pricing through the link below. RAV4 is notorious for having used prices that don't always make sense unless the new one is marked up. That brings us to the Mazda CX-5. It's one of the most adult SUVs you can buy without paying luxury money. It looks sharp, feels premium for the class, and it drives like Mazda actually cared. This is the SUV for people who want something reliable, but they also want to enjoy driving it. Most compact SUVs feel like appliances. The CX-5 feels like something you'd choose on purpose. If you're keeping it long term, I'd say it's a fantastic balance of reliability and driving enjoyment. You might want to cross-shop it though with a RAV4 or CR-V for maximum space and resale. CX-5 for I want value and personality, that's why you'd get it. At number 2, we've got the Honda CR-V Hybrid. This is the grown-up pick. Practical, comfortable, efficient, and extremely easy to live with. It's the kind of SUV that doesn't create drama, doesn't demand attention, and doesn't punish you financially. And the hybrid angle matters more in 2026 because fuel costs are still unpredictable. If you do a lot of city driving, hybrid ownership can feel like a cheat code. Less time at the pump, more consistent operating costs. Then we have at the number 1 spot, the GV70 from Genesis. If you want luxury, but you don't want the German repair bill lifestyle, the GV70 is a monster value. I know it looks expensive, feels expensive, and it drives like a premium SUV, but the overall value equation is what puts it at number 1. I really like getting behind the wheel of this one. And here's the point. A lot of luxury SUVs feel amazing until year 4, year 5, and then the ownership math turns ugly. The GV70 has built a reputation as a strong alternative because it gives you the luxury experience without feeling like a long-term financial gamble. So here's what I'd say. Cross-shop it against a BMW or Audi if you want, but pay attention to the total package. Features per dollar, warranty, and real-world ownership costs. If you're buying used, look for clean history and avoid the cheap luxury trap where the price is low because something's wrong. And yes, quotes.everymandriver.com can help you. So here's the general rule. The smartest SUV isn't the one with the flashiest badge. It's the one that stays out of the shop, holds value, and doesn't punish you after the honeymoon phase. Here's my question for you. What's the worst SUV you've ever owned, or the one you regret buying the most? And what would you have bought instead? Purchased instead. If this video helped you, please hit subscribe. And before you sign anything, check out that link below. It's quotes.everymandriver.com. By the way, I've been uploading new videos every week since 2012. Hit subscribe. It only takes a couple seconds and it really helps support this channel. I'll see you next time.
One final note, if you are in the market for a new vehicle soon, great. Connect with your local dealership and price and test drive at least 3 different vehicles. A vehicle's strengths and weaknesses can only be discovered when you are behind the wheel. My reviews can be good, but you need to test drive these yourself. Visit quotes.everymandriver.com, select the make, model, and your zip code, and you'll get invoice pricing in your area on those vehicles. Shop smarter with price quotes at quotes.everymandriver.com.
You can save $50 right now on the Nuvio Recovery Chiller. It works with any tub, bathtub, cold tub, indoors or out. Just plug it in, set the temperature, and start plunging. Use my code below and grab your deal today. Want to save 5% on your very own at-home barrel sauna? I've partnered with Almost Heaven to hook you up. This has been a game changer for my recovery and daily routine. Use my code and link below and start sweating smarter. You can save 5% on the red light panel that I use every week. This platinum LED Biomax works anywhere. Bedroom, gym, recovery room, and is packed with science-backed benefits. Use my code below and start feeling the difference today.